We're going to do a direct comparison of GameCube emulation for the Retroid Pocket 3 and Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. Both the Retroid Pocket 3 and Retroid Pocket 3 Plus are running exactly the same settings on Dolphin handheld emulator, running basically stock as if you got it out the box. This will give us the most direct comparison like for like. Looking first at Mario Kart Double Dash, you can instantly see the improvements in the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. The frame rate is much higher and much smoother, meaning that you can get straight into the game and start playing straight away, enjoying this a lot more like it was intended to be. On the Retroid Pocket 3, Double Dash played quite well, but on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus it plays almost perfectly. NBA Street Volume 2 was close to playable on the Retroid Pocket 3. You could get a decent game in, but you definitely notice the issues in the slowdown. Whereas on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, it is definitely an improvement. Still showing some issues, still having a bit of slowdown, but for the intense basketball that this game is meant to be and for the awesome tricks that you want to be able to pull off, the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus does a much better job of this, showing the improvements that the extra power has added. Moving on to Need for Speed Underground, and this was a game that really struggled on the Retroid Pocket 3, and it still struggles on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. You can see an improvement, but this isn't a game that I would say falls into the fully playable category. And this seems to be the pattern for the improvements in the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. Unplayable games become slightly more playable, and the games that were slightly playable on the Retroid Pocket 3 become playable on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. Super Mario Sunshine on the Retroid Pocket 3 for me was completely unplayable, but when we jump to the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, it becomes an entirely playable experience. It's still not perfect, you can still see the issues, but this for me makes the game totally playable on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. Mario's movements are much more comfortable, smoother and much more enjoyable, making the game experience itself a much more playable experience. Extreme G3 again is a game that was kind of playable on the Retroid Pocket 3, but due to the nature of it being such a fast-paced game, such a high intense energy game, it needed to be near perfect. And I'm glad to say that on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus it's jumped up a significant level. The improvements of the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus over the Retroid Pocket 3 definitely make this a much more usable system when it comes to GameCube emulation. Simpsons Hit and Run was probably the best experience from the GameCube on the Retroid Pocket 3, and we can see on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus it's even better again. Movement and control is much smoother, making the game feel much more like it was meant to feel on the original release. Whereas the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus isn't this huge step forward that makes every single game fully playable on the GameCube, it's a big enough jump for me to make it a much more enjoyable experience. Now if you want to see how the PlayStation 2 emulation compares, click the video right in the middle of the screen.